Hey, what's up guys? My name is Chris. So I figured with all the crap going on with COVID, I'm sure everyone's mental health as far as that goes is through the drain. I know mine sure as hell is. So I'm just deciding to start a YouTube channel. And the first video I want to talk about is about addiction and drugs and substances. Why am I doing it about addiction, drugs, and substances? Well, what motivated me to start this video was about a week ago I saw on social media that a family friend was on the news for a accidental death involving fentanyl. He didn't know what it was, thought he was buying something else. I will keep him and his family anonymous. So yeah, I think it's important to talk about addiction first. Okay. Why do people take drugs? Well, for many reasons in my opinion. It could be boredom, it could be lack of social interaction, it could be peer pressure, it could be a variety of things. For me, it was boredom and mostly bullying, to be honest. I'll dive into that briefly. In elementary school, I was bullied a lot, unfortunately. I was, picked last for the kickball team and never really had too many friends at recess. If you're watching this, you know exactly who you are. But it's okay, I'm over it. Elementary school was rough for me. I didn't really have too many friends. In 3rd grade or 4th grade, I went into this program because I was so scared and terrified of being bullied on the play structure, where during our recess time, I basically went into the kindergarten and 1st grade class and volunteered to help the kindergarten teachers, kind of like a TA, a teacher's assistant, and the other kids. So that got me through 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. 6th grade, I met a guy who is now and always will be my best friend. So he's been there for me through thick and thin. 7th grade is when anxiety got through the roof, and social things got worse, but I managed to stay by. And then 8th grade is when I really got bullied, and I just didn't know what else to do. So I decided, okay, how can I fix this? Well, I'm gonna be stupid and try a cigarette. So I tried a cigarette in 8th grade, and at first I smoked occasionally, and then it got a little bit more frequent. 8th grade went by, parents never found out. About halfway through my freshman year of high school, I was skipping school at the Oregon City Transit Center, and I was smoking a cigarette. I was on my way to Clackamas Town Center, and this guy came up to me and said, can I have a cigarette from you? I said, yeah, you can have 2. So I gave him 2, and he said, have you ever tried marijuana? I said, no. He said, okay, well, great, follow me. And me being the dumbass that I am, and I was curious and, whatever, I decided to get on public transportation with him and go to his apartment in West Linn. Anything could have happened. I had no idea what I was doing. But you know what? I was so desperate for just things to alleviate and kill the pain, the loneliness, the isolation, the, just everything that I felt, that I was like suffering and fighting up here, that I didn't really care about my safety. So that's when my marijuana chapter kicked in. And then my freshman year, I hung out with a lot of people I thought were my friends, but in reality, they just knew that I had money and could get around and friendly, and so they were always like, hey, this guy's gonna be the guy that buys me marijuana. Eventually, marijuana wasn't enough, so I got probably like, I don't know, a month and a half into my sophomore year of high school, and I remember I was at a party. I'll keep this individual's name private. I'm pretty sure this individual is on my Facebook. Anyways, I was at a party, and this individual came up to me and asked me if I could share some of my marijuana. And I said, sure. And then this individual said, well, do you want to try something better? And this individual pulled out a bag of psilocybin mushrooms. I was really hesitant about that, but you know what? I was, again, depressed, lonely. I was scared of my own thoughts. I didn't know what to do. And at this point, I was like, you know what? I'll do absolutely anything to self-medicate that I possibly can. So I decided to do psilocybin mushrooms. It was interesting. Yeah, it was interesting. After that, I kind of just spiraled out of control for a while. Psilocybin, LSD, peyote, DMT, all the, you know, classic hallucinogens. I was constantly doing whatever I can get my fat hands on, you know. I was greedy. I was 100% greedy. My junior year, I had a friend stay over. Again, I'll keep his name confidential. And he just got off of probation, and I thought I would surprise him and be a good friend. I'm like, hey man, I got some psilocybin for us. And he said, okay, well, you want to try something better? And he pulled out a baggie of cocaine. And so I was really hesitant about that one too. But you know, again, I was just trying to fill like the gap in the hole inside my heart, and lonely and isolated and depressed, and you know, I didn't really care. At that point, honestly, I was kind of suicidal, so I didn't really care, you know, what would happen to my body, short-term, long-term, overdose, whatever. I didn't care. So I tried that. I wasn't really, you know, a fan of it. So freshman, sophomore, and about halfway through my junior year, I was really addicted to marijuana, several different hallucinogens. Never really did drink too much, but drugs definitely, they overpowered me, you know. I would say in a sense they got me through high school. You know, they really did. They're my safe haven. You know, I know they're illegal and dangerous, and that sounds really bad for me to say, but without drugs, I wouldn't have made it through high school. I really don't think I would have. And I just kind of woke up, got slapped in the face one day. I'm like, you know what? Is this the person I want to be? You know, I don't think this is. You know, I'm pawning my family's belongings. I stole my mother's tennis bracelet and I pawned that. At the time, I didn't care. You know, when I got busted, I felt really guilty, and you know, I just did several other really stupid things. You know, in high school, I'd get off the school bus and you know, pretty much wander around town from you know, the bus dropped me off at 3:20, 3:30ish until, you know, dark. So whatever time that was, you know, scoring drugs or doing whatever I could. I know my family was, you know, really scared and worried about me, and I knew that the whole entire time, but I didn't care. I would rather get messed up. That's how, you know, powerful drugs are. And I eventually decided, you know, I'm stealing, I'm lying, I'm breaking my family's heart. You know, this is gonna get me in trouble. I'm either gonna end up in jail or dead, quite frankly. And I decided, you know what, enough's enough. So without any, you know, treatment or medication, I didn't go to rehab. I didn't, you know, go to any NA, Narcotics Anonymous groups or nothing. I just decided, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm done. So I quit drugs, entered my senior year of high school. Senior year of high school was a little bit better. I was pretty involved with marching bands, so I had somewhat of a social life. Still a band geek, but but yeah, drugs are, you know, they're something else. They'll destroy you. They will absolutely destroy you. They really will. Yeah. So, anyways, I have been sober 9 years on Halloween. Have I relapsed once or twice? It's not really any of your business, but I like to say I'm sober for 9 years. But here's something I'll say. Do I think about relapsing every single day? Do I crave the drugs every single day? Do I want to go back to that life every single day? Yes, yes, and yes. But at the same time, I've noticed and I've realized, like, you know what? I can't. That's my old life. I'm not who I used to be. And you know what? I've kicked drugs in the butt once. I can do it again. I'm not gonna go down that road. I've worked my butt off to, you know, rebuild my family's trust and my relationship with not only my family, but my friends, my peers, you know, everything. I have 2 beautiful kids. I can't do drugs because of that. I wouldn't anyways. But bottom line, I'm making this video so people out there can understand how powerful and addictive drugs are. And going back to what I said earlier, the time I was at the Oregon City Transit Center, and this guy just came up to me and asked me for a cigarette, and I said yes, and you know, he said, hey, do you want to try some marijuana? It can start that easily. You know, drugs are everywhere, and they can just come into your life like, you know, quicker than a bullet, and you can't escape them. You know, drugs are everywhere. So I guess in conclusion, I want to say this. If a family, friend, coworker, peer, cousin, brother, sister, best friend, ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, says that they are, taking drugs, don't go down the road of like, oh, you shouldn't do it. Why are you doing it? It's dangerous. It's illegal. Yeah, they know all that. What you should be doing is offering them support and being like, hey, I'm here for you. Because they're self-medicating, and then dig into it a little bit. Like, why are you self-medicating? What is so bad about your life that you need to numb the pain like I did and so many other people do? Who am I to cast stones? Who are you to cast stones? Nobody is. Everybody has problems. Nobody's perfect by any means. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. So anyways, addiction's hard, and, let's say, you're an ex-alcoholic and you quit drinking last night, and, if you're having a beer right now, even, instead of beating yourself up, it's easier said than done, but instead of beating yourself up, you know what, dude? You made it 24 hours without substances. That's pretty good. That's a good start, in my opinion. So, anyways, be there for one another. Addiction is hard. Addiction is really, really hard. It's a battle I'm gonna have to face every single day for the rest of my life. And yeah, stay strong. I love you guys. And if you do have a drug problem, reach out to friends, reach out to family. If you need to, go into an inpatient facility for addiction. There's no stigma behind it. Sure, people that you tell, they love you, they'll be concerned, but they'll be happy that you reached out and you asked for help. That's the start. That's a beginning. That's a step in the next chapter in your life. It's really good. So anyways, yeah, take care of yourselves, guys. I love you all. If any of you need somebody to talk to about addiction, I promise I'll be here with open hands, judgment free. I'm here for you. I really am. Let's end the battle of addiction.